In news from Jamaica, business mogul Michael Lee Chin has been appointed by the government as the island's growth czar. The announcement was made official on Wednesday, at which time Mr. Chin expressed enthusiasm for his new role. This enthusiasm, he says, is based on the missed opportunities Jamaica experienced over the years. Mr. Lee Chin says while he will be exerting a lot of effort, he cannot fulfill his duties alone.
I'm taking on this challenge with a heavy dose of innocence. But now I'm in the ocean, I have to swim. And I'm confident that I'll get a lot of help along the way. Is my confidence misplaced? I need a lot of help along the way. I'm in the ocean, lots of sharks. I need a lot of help along the way. So I'm doing it. I'm taking on this challenge because for too long we have been veranda talking. And there's a saying, success is a function of 1% strategy, 99% execution. And I'm confident that if we all hold together, if we all rally to the same vision, we'll reverse those ugly statistics.
The new growth czar insinuates that Jamaica's limited growth to this point was made with the same thinking but expecting different results. He says the time has come for a change in thought processes to ones that are bold and in some cases indicative of risk. Meanwhile, Mr. Lee Chin is calling on every Jamaican to declare and play their part on the country's chart for growth.
We need the involvement of every single SME, small, medium-sized enterprise. We need the involvement of the energy of our youth today. They all should ask themselves the question, what am I going to do to have growth for Jamaica, to enable growth for Jamaica? We need the involvement of families, labor unions, opposition in parliament, students, teachers, professors, local investors, corporate heads, religious leaders, the diaspora. If we are going to achieve sustainable growth, we need the involvement and recruitment of every single jackman in Jamaica. We can't do it on our own. We need help. So the vision is that for every Jamaican, tomorrow must be better than today. For every Jamaican, tomorrow must be better than today. For every Jamaican, there must be a clear path to fulfillment and prosperity. The vision for every Jamaican, there should be jobs and opportunities here at home. For every Jamaican, there should be access to world-class health care. For every retired Jamaican, there should be a national pension plan providing retirement in dignity. These aspirations can only be possible if we all pull together.
He's made a pledge to, among other things, raise the country's growth rate by 5%.
The ECG will work tirelessly and passionately to achieve a GDP growth rate of 5% over the next 4 years of our term, which is 10 times more than what we have seen over the last 20 years, which is 25 times more than we have seen over the last 10 years. But that's our pledge. We're going to work tirelessly to achieve that goal. The government realizes its definition, its responsibility as a partner in prosperity is that they have to enable and facilitate, period. Enable and facilitate, period. The private sector, the rest of the citizens' responsibility, led by the Economic Growth Council, our responsibility is to get growth. So we now have it very clear. Enable and facilitate on one hand, growth on the other hand.
And the opposition People's National Party has weighed in on the appointment of Michael Lee Chin as Jamaica's growth czar. Deputy General Secretary of the PNP, Julian Robinson, says the party welcomes Mr. Lee Chin's appointment, but with some concerns.
The party has no issue with Mr. Lee Chin. He's a very accomplished businessman and he has grown and developed a number of businesses. Where we have some concerns is just establishing the terms of reference and the boundaries in terms of how the Economic Growth Council will operate in relation to other state entities. For example, an entity like JAMPRO that has responsibility for investment promotion. Where will Growth Growth Council interface with JAMPR. So if an investor is interested in Jamaica, is it JAMPR that goes out there, or is it the Economic Growth Council? So I think there's a need for clarity in terms of the terms of reference, the roles and responsibilities, so that there's no overlap and that entities and individuals don't end up tripping over each other in trying to accomplish the goals. But we have no issue with the individual and the individuals who have been so named. They're all successful business persons, and we think it's good that the government is including those private sector persons within the apparatus of government.
Mr. Lee Chin has called on Jamaica stakeholders to openly pledge their role in the drive for higher growth. When asked about whether the PNP has plans to oblige that request, Mr. Robinson noted that the party's work during its time in government already speaks to that.
The work that we have done over the last 4 years is the greatest platform that has been laid for growth. And we will continue to be a constructive opposition. We will support things that are in the interest of the country. Where we have concerns, we'll raise it. And that's how we intend to operate as an opposition.